I love Nick Suzuki. I'm gonna immediately put him in the could win a Hart tier. I don't argue with me. God, Nick Suzuki is a guy who has that two-way aspect to his game and had an awesome year. Finally justify like 89 points last year after 77 the year before that, right? He is, I think, the real deal when it comes to those two-way 1Cs that can absolutely do it. He is the play driver. He is the playmaker. He is the defensive menace. He does everything for the Canadiens, and he's a guy that, you know, there's not very many teams that he wouldn't be the 1C on. I think he's gonna have more than 90 points this year if he's healthy. I think he's gonna have more than 90 points. I think he's gonna be crazy. I think he's a guy who could get Selke votes. And probably not with the way that the Panthers work, but like, you know, if the Panthers didn't exist, he's a guy that could, right? And then
he'll get votes.
Yeah, for sure. And
won't win it.
Yeah, won't win it. But and I think he's a guy that's gonna do that. I think he could win a Hart. I think he is the most important piece of the Montreal Canadiens. If that doesn't make him, a Hart candidate, I don't know what does. If the Canadiens had a 2C, they would be such a good team, and I think people would talk more about Nick Suzuki. Obviously, they're still a media team, like a popular team because it's the Canadiens, right? But like I still think people are sleeping on them a little bit, and they might sleep on them again because they still might not be that good because they're still missing a little bit of center depth. But he is not the reason for that.
Also, they are in the Atlantic.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to be in the Atlantic, but look, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. Like, how good is Nick Suzuki if you put him on the top line? If you switch him and Barkov, you know what I mean? If you put him on that line and you give him the responsibilities, he's not as good as Barkov in that response, which is why he's not in the same tier as Barkov, right? But like, Jesus Christ, would you think that guy was a monster, right? I think he broke out last year as like a true, actual like this tier caliber of player, and I'm projecting him to do the same thing next year.
I don't think he is going to win a Hart.
No, he's not. but that's because Hart.
If Montreal takes, if Montreal like becomes a monster, then I think he could.
Montreal's a popular enough team. It's possible he could win one in a couple years, I think.